he fights with his brain, but like
he doesn't even fight with his brain.
He could take a punch, I guess. He could take a punch.
He fights with his heart. That's the thing. He fights with his heart.
Lance,
not with his brain because he's not particularly smart.
He fights with tears, man. I can't get behind that.
Cry baby Takamichi.
Hello, fellow weebs and otakus, an episode of Anime Fix, where your fix for all things anime. I'm Chase.
I'm Lance.
Hi, Lance.
Hello, Chase. How are you?
Tired. Drove back from our vacation. It was like 16 hours, but we're here. We're doing the podcast, and we are investing in the podcast. We're investing in our listeners. We're doing this because it's late.
I don't know why you just didn't fly.
Because it was expensive, and I'm cheap.
We just talked.
So look, like going down to Florida, there it only took 3 fill-ups, and those 3 fill-ups equaled $90. And then going
car
back,
did you take?
Ford Fusion. It's about it's about like 550 miles per fill-up. And the last fill-up wasn't really a fill-up. Like I stopped because we had to pee, and I was like, let's just fill it back up. It wasn't really a big fill-up. That's why it was only like $90.
Still, though.
It was a good deal.
Ford Fusion, that's just a horrible car.
It's a what car? You say horrible?
Horrible car.
It's a great car. What do you mean? It has great gas mileage. But, I mean, they don't make them anymore because Ford doesn't make cars anymore.
What do they make now?
They only make SUVs and trucks. They only focus on the more popular vehicles.
Yeah.
Hopefully they make them again, but right now they don't make any cars since 2020.
Okay, that makes sense because the last time I looked for a car was in a couple of years before that, and they tried to sell me a Ford Fusion.
Should have bought one. They're great.
No, I hated it. I like my non-American cars.
Yeah. I almost choked on your Otaku cars.
Yeah.
your Japanese cars.
Yeah. Definitely.
What are we talking about, bud?
Speaking of Japan.
Yeah, speaking of Japan, yeah.
We are going to talk about Tokyo Revengers.
Really?
So I mentioned I started watching it, or I was going to start watching it.
Yeah.
Last week, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. You already finished it.
I've already finished it, and I'm just saying now.
Well, wait. We're gonna do season 1, right?
We're only gonna do season 1. I know you haven't caught up yet.
Sorry.
But it is. I'm just gonna say this now. It is my favorite anime to date. It even passes the Psycho-Pass.
Our loyal audience of 12 listeners are going to be like, there's no way he puts Tokyo Revengers above Psycho-Pass with
I do.
All the past 60 episodes of all you talked about was Psycho-Pass. And now you're saying Tokyo Revengers is way better. Not way better, but as you said, better than Psycho-Pass.
I like it a lot better, yeah. Psycho-Pass is always going to have a special place for me, but like Tokyo Revengers, so when I watch it, like it makes me feel so many different emotions. Like I laugh, I cry, I cringe.
Yeah.
I get super nervous for the characters, what the outcome's going to be. Like I'm invested in their well-being, and everything. Like it just elicits so many different emotions from me. That's what makes it so great. And like the main character is Goat. He's the best character.
I mean, he's not the best character.
He's the best character. Oh well, okay.
He's a big.
Are you talking about Are you talking about an artistic?
I mean, I don't know about artistic, but like, I like my main characters to be able to put up a fight, and like I get it. Yes, I know it's not his character. He fights with his brain, but like
he doesn't even fight with his brain.
He could take a punch, I guess. He could take a punch.
He fights with his heart. That's the thing. He fights with his heart.
Not
with his brain because he's not particularly smart.
He fights with tears, man. I can't get behind that.
Oh,
Thank you.
crybaby Takamichi. Crybaby. So like he fights with his heart, dude. Like the thing that makes him so great is this is said at some point. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's in season 1, but it's in season 2. I won't get the context around it, but someone says, he's not a particularly. He's a lame fighter, wimp with girls. When the chips are down, when you need him most, he always pulls through. And that's what makes him. That's why all these badasses like him. All these guys like him. It's not because he can throw the best punch. It's not because he's a particular ladies' man.
Yep.
It's because
he's a good motivator for sure.
It's a good motivator. His heart is invested. He cares, and I think that's what makes him so great. Because he is. All right. Let's think of non. So here's an example, kind of related what I'm talking about. What makes him such a great character? Let's look at the movie. Did you ever see the movie Taken?
Yeah.
Okay. What happens there? The main character that he gets screwed over by this crime group, right? And it turns out that he is a super secret assassin, agent, spy, who's perfectly capable of tracking down. He has all sorts of resources and everything like that. Yeah, that's a great action film, but it's not relatable. It's not relatable. You can't really connect with them. You can enjoy it as it's entertaining for sure. But what would be more motivating or emotionally investing? To see somebody who's just an average guy, right?
Yeah.
Get thrown into this unbelievable situation, and then he somehow manages to pull through, and he goes down what he needs to do to solve the problem, right? And and there's no rhyme or reason why he should be able to, except he has the determination and the drive to push through to the end, no matter the consequences, right?
Yeah.
That's a more human, relatable thing.
I mean,
that's why I think Takamichi is so great, is because he is that. There's no reason why he should be successful in anything that he does.
Nope, not at all.
He is
not at all.
Extremely successful.
I think he has a lot of courage for sure, especially being so weak. As far as physically weak, not mentally weak. He's really good fortitude, very good willpower, but he has a lot of courage to back up standing up for his friends, standing up for his family, because he really can't back it up with fights, right? So
yeah.
But he'll sit there and take a beating, which I admire. But going back to what you were saying about relatable, I guess for me, with Dragon Ball Z and with Hajime no Ippo, which I've been watching a lot, which is a regular kid that got bullied all the time. He trained and worked hard, obviously, to get better at fighting. They're not supernatural, but obviously they're more unrealistic than Takamichi fighting. But I can still relate to them because they work hard to, continue to get strong.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying though, for sure. I just wish he wasn't so weak.
Well, I mean, it's only 2 seasons in, dude. You don't know what's coming.
That's true.
But I love I think when I really got charmed with him is when he comes down there and there's that fighting pit that they have going on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he said, and he goes out there, "You gonna fight me or not?" And then he goes into the fight. He's getting his ass kicked, but he's like,
"Yep."
He's like, where are you going? I'm not down yet, and I'm not going down. It's like as long as I keep standing, you lose, because unless I go down, you don't win.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, this kid is amazing.
Yeah, it reminds me of that guy that I can't remember where it's from. You probably remember, but he's like, I ain't hear no bell. Oh, Rocky, right?
Yeah.
I hear no bell, or Captain America's I can do this all day.
Hey, yeah. and that's
very endearing.
It is very endearing.
I'm surprised he had brain damage, to be honest with you, man. How many times he's gotten beat up or punched or kicked right in the head?
Yeah. He is straight up. It's like they just take us like, we gotta go to the hospital. It's like,
Well,
um.
and these are crazy because it's like 12, 13-year-old kids.
So the oldest kid. Okay. So I just the other thought I had about this. There's no way like these kids are not 15.
They're in
These
middle
kids
school,
are
bro. They're in middle
no.
school.
I know they are. I'm saying the way that they're
The way
drawn,
they fight and their
the way they
talk,
fight. Yeah,
yeah.
they look like 30, 40-year-old dudes that are
Yeah.
just got. I was thinking like, do they get held back? Is this like some weird future where like a 40-year-old could still be in middle school? Um,
Yeah, I can just imagine like because they're all middle school, right? Except for like when they fight the high schoolers, right? Because they're stronger. But like coming home like to their parents because there's no parent representation in the show at all. But like coming
mm.
home to your parents and it's like, hey, sweetie, what do you guys do in your biker gang today? Not much. We just sent a couple kids to the hospital. Middle schoolers to the hospital.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill. Yeah, they throw that around, and then what I was trying to think, um, the fact that they're like biker gangs, all these biker gangs, all throughout this, they're all like under 18. Like Osanai, right? The fight with I forget what gang he was in, but leader of, but Osanai.
Yeah, Osanai. Yeah, he was
Um,
yeah. He was in high school, I think.
he was in high school. He's like
Mhm.
16, 17, right?
Yeah.
Um,
What was he the leader of? What gang?
I don't remember.
It's not the Tokyo Manji gang.
No. Um, Gangs of Tokyo Revengers, because there's a lot. What was your thoughts when the leader of Tomon came up and was like, "We're gonna be friends now," Takamichi.
um, I liked it a lot. I mean, I think I'm not sure if this is in season two, because I've watched a little bit of season two, but like it made sense to me why like Mikey admired Takamichi so much is because he reminded him of his brother.
So did you get that far in season 2?
I'm a little bit far in season two. I'm not sure how far I am, but I remember that
Okay.
part.
You know that he reminds him of his brother, but you don't know why he reminds him of his brother.
Well, no, that was in season one, wasn't it? Because like they showed like what happened with the accident when they tried to steal the bike from Mikey's brother, and Mikey started talking about him a little bit.
Yeah, I bet there's a very specific line. I already he says where he tells him exactly why he reminds him of his brother.
Oh, he
Like a
does.
very
Okay.
like a line by line, like these are the characteristics you have that
Yeah, he says
remind my
that.
brother.
I don't think he went into any detail or anything, but he just like he
Yeah.
reminds him. So I'm assuming that his brother was like weak, but like was always there for his friends and like always stood up no matter what.
Yeah, I mean that's a good assumption. I mean it goes into more detail later on.
Mobius,
About
Mobius,
Mobius, yeah.
Yeah.
It goes into more detail later on, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much he reminds him of his brother. And more than you realize. I think once you get through season 2, it's like it's clear just how much it reminds him of his brother.
Which makes sense why he was like immediately liked, you know, beloved by
Hmm.
Mikey. And then like he saved Draken's life like a couple times already. So
Yeah.
tried to say Baji, but he pretty much just held him still while his buddy stabbed him.
Yeah, that fucking kid was crazy. Like
Yeah,
straight
what's this
up
guy's
like
name?
um he's the founder of Tomon. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
starts with a K. I
He
thought.
does start with a K.
Kaz-
Asatora, I think.
Yeah, Kazutora. Yeah, Kazutora. Like he had a mental break when he killed Mikey's brother on accident, and was like, "Nope, nope, not my fault. Mikey's fault."
Yeah.
Yeah, which like I mean, it's such a traumatic experience that like the person that you admire and love, you killed his brother, and like he just couldn't cope with like the thought that he did that. So like
Hmm.
he had to like figure that out.
So the other thing too is the whole scene where they're trying to send the motorbike. Like they were just trying to do something nice for him, right?
Yep.
And ultimately they did, like, they really sent him in a tailspin. I think, we'll see it later on, but
Yeah, they did the worst possible thing.
yeah, for sure. And like, and why he even thought to use like he could have just pushed him over and ran, right? Like, or like done any sort of thing. Like he didn't have to hit him with a fucking
Lead
wrench,
pipe, yeah, lead
lead
pipe
pipe
or a
or whatever
wrench.
it was. Yeah,
I think it actually was a wrench, yeah. But he really swung that boy, you know.
yeah. There's any number of things he could have done, but I mean, like again, these are kids, so they don't really think about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They definitely act way
I
older.
Go ahead. Sorry, I was gonna
They,
interrupt you
they
again.
act way older for their age.
Yes, they do.
Like the oldest character of the Tomon gang is 15 during this period.
That's Draken.
Draken and Mikey, I think, are both 15.
Oh, really? I thought Draken was older.
Mm.
No, yeah, Draken is older because remember like when they had that flashback when Draken and Mikey first met, and Draken was like thinking to himself like, this kid's a year younger than me. It's crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm thinking. I looked up their age, like
Oh,
when I was watching it, and they said they were both. But I mean,
that might
a
be
year younger than me. He could mean like a grade younger than him.
probably, yeah, probably a grade
You
younger
could
than
still
him.
be the same, 6 months apart or whatever. But
That's crazy how strong Mikey is too.
with his kick, it's
Yeah,
just, I don't actually have to raise my fist. I just kick you in the head, and
yeah,
that
and he's so
alone
short
should,
too.
yeah. And that alone, that kick, like you talk about like a wrench to the head, but like a headshot with your with your leg, it can do some fucking damage.
For sure.
So, anyway, any overall thoughts you have of like anything in particular stick out to you that you want to talk about?
Yeah. I was thinking about like it's kind of weird that Takemichi's power, he can only travel back in time 12 years on the day, right?
Yeah.
We figure out
Only
like
when he shakes the hand
only
of
when he shakes the hand of the brother. Do we figure out like why why it's him or like how that power became manifest? Because like he died, right? On the train tracks, and that's what started everything.
So he was pushed onto the train tracks,
Yeah.
and then he just had this flash, right? And that's what triggered him going in time that we saw. I think what it is, and I mean the brother kind of mentioned this, but when he went back there, he made a change. He told him, "Hey, you're gonna die on this day. I'm gonna
Yeah.
die on this day. Remember that, right?" And the kid believed him.
Mhm.
So he invariably, I think, because that moment changed his death, right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, it changed the outcome of that. I wonder, and this is just me totally speculating out the wazoo, but I wonder if, because we don't actually see him die,
Yeah.
it's like a split second thing. I'm wondering if the moment that he shook his hand is in that moment when he gets him back to the future. That's the same moment that the older version grabbed him and pulled him out of the train track. So I wonder if
Oh,
there's
you
some
think
sort of like,
you think like he actually got saved by him in the older version?
he did get saved by him. Yeah, he
He
said
did?
that. Like, yeah.
Oh. So maybe like yeah, when he grabbed him, yeah, that's probably what happened. I thought he was
Yeah.
dead in that current timeline. Could have been wrong. I don't know.
I mean, we don't actually see him die though.
No, I meant like the brother. I thought the brother wasn't there like alive
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, the brother was dead in that timeline, but he
yeah.
changed the past by telling him. And so when he got fast forwarded to Back to the Future,
Yeah, but what sent him back though?
he shook the younger brother's hand. What I'm saying is, when he shook the youngest brother's hand, I'm wondering if the older brother him saving him what caused that link between them sending him back in the future. Because that telling the brother is what changed the future.
Yeah. Well, like if you get sent back in time and you change the future, then that alternate, like the original timeline where he died on the train tracks, doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's true. But there is, and this might be getting into
This is all
spoiler
time
territory.
travel stuff. That's just
Well,
horrible.
this is all time travel, which is bullshit anyway.
100%.
But at least in this the way it's described here. But I think, and this might be getting into spoiler territory for things you haven't seen. But the brother makes a comment at one point where he can feel his memories being overwritten.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I've been that far.
Been that far? Okay, so. That could be also it too. Is right. Like, yeah, it's an alternate future, but like he's going about his day, living his life, and then when Takamichi shows up, he's like, "Oh, I suddenly remember all this."
I'm so happy that he's able to actually remember everything from Takamichi, like all the past timelines, because like man, whew, it'd be a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah. Very nerve wracking if you got that far. Then like at the start of season 2. I know we said we are gonna stay in season 1, but if you've seen a little bit, we can talk. Um, he gets taken in jail.
Oh yeah, just
And
say,
it's like, thank goodness he remembers him because that.
Yeah, because like they're doing the interview, and I'm like, I hope he remembers him because he just arrested him first sight. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it was I mean, it's a good show. I mean, there's a lot of cool moments. Like when I really did like when Takamichi like stood up when Drawkins like stabbed and like about to die, like and there's the two girls behind him. He's like, "Stay back, I got this," and he actually chokes him out. He does a really
Yeah.
good, he does a really good choke. And then this is the same guy that he's fighting that like beat him to a bloody pulp in that pit. By the way, for those that haven't watched, but um, I mean, he did use some dirty tactics, but he still won the fight. Like he bit him,
I
got
mean,
around to his back, choked him out.
sir, okay. First off, there are no dirty tactics in a street fight. Okay,
Yeah,
like the only thing that matters in a street fight is survival. No one's gonna be like, if you're in a street fight, Chase,
yeah,
you've been practicing jujitsu. If you're in a street fight, Chase, there's no going. Hang on a second, there. You just did a foul, right? You did
yeah.
an illegal maneuver. No one's gonna be there to care. It's all about winning, or I shouldn't say winning, right? I should say survival, because you can run away, right? If you have the opportunity to run away, you should run away. You should only fight if you have to fight. And in that situation, Takamichi had to fight because there was no way he was going to get away from that. At least not without Draken dying, which he was not going to let happen. So,
Yeah.
I'm kind of concerned that there are kids in these gangs that are okay with murder.
Oh
Like,
yeah. I mean,
like,
they're all delinquents, right? So like, I guess they gotta be.
yeah, but when you look at like Tomon and how they operate, like, yeah, they're all delinquents, but they're talking about like skipping school.
Yeah, they kill out of necessity. They don't kill because it's fun.
They don't even really kill. Like, I don't think we've ever seen a member of Tomon commit a murder.
Baji killed himself.
He didn't just kill himself. He did straight.
Mikey was gonna kill Kazutora for sure.
Yeah, but that's a I guess heat in the moment type thing, because he didn't want to. He's just mad because of what he did to his brother when he doing the bocce,
yeah.
all that stuff. But Bocce didn't just kill himself. Bocce did straight. What is it called? Seppuku.
Yeah, seppuku.
Seppuku, where he just like stabbed himself in the fucking gut. And he's like,
yeah,
you don't kill me. I kill me.
I mean, he's gonna die anyways, right? So
yeah, but the idea is that he ultimately took his life. Like, he made it so much.
He made it known that Kazutora was not responsible for his death.
He did that because he did not want Kazutora and Mikey to have this conflict. He wanted everyone to stay together.
Yeah.
So that was fucking crazy that this 14, 15-year-old did that to himself. But like, outside of that scenario and this heat of passion between these two old friends because of this horrible accident, we even called an accident? Like,
No, it was
would
on
you? Because
accident. Kazutora meant to stab him.
oh
But
no
he
no
about
no no
but
no.
he was manipulated by Kizuki.
Well, no, I'm talking about like Kazutora and his brother. Would you consider that an accident?
I
Because
don't
it
think
wasn't like
he didn't mean to kill him,
so.
but it was an accident that he didn't know that was Mikey's brother.
True, yeah. But the heat of the moment. But in every other scenario, right? Most of the Tomon gang, they don't jump to violence. Like we see members of Tomon, like we see
Like Pa.
Pei, Pa, yeah.
Yeah, Pa stabbed Osanai right in the
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah, right in the back. I would almost say, I mean that was in itself, I think, a little bit of passion because of his friend and his friend's girl. We find out it was actually Kisuke who.
It's Kizuki the whole time, bro.
The whole
Everything
thing
that
is all
happens, no,
it's
everything that
Kisuke.
happens is Kizuki.
But yeah, in general, they don't kill people. You get into fights and they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass," but they're like, "Say I'm gonna kill you," but it's more like I'm gonna beat your ass into a bloody pulp. We don't see them sneaking up and stabbing people.
No,
It's
more about fighting than it is about like actual murder.
But we kind of got off on a sidetrack there. My point is, yeah, the delinquents, but there's more like skipping school and doing some like theft and I would almost argue petty, like stealing a motorcycle isn't petty theft, but like just doing crazy, hijinks, right? Like that are
and like they didn't even want to be a gang, right? They only did it to protect Kazutora from the not from
Dragon.
Valhalla, but yeah, from Black Dragon.
A dragon.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of the gang was just to be
a reason to fight.
Well, not only just reason to fight, but you strength in numbers.
Yeah.
No, we're one unit, not just not an individual person.
Yeah. So
and then
we're gonna miss all of us.
Then Mikey is, wants to build a new era for delinquents.
Yeah, and he's pretty much Superman in this world.
Yeah, I don't even know what does that even mean? New era for delinquents. Like, what do you think he means by that?
I think he means like trying to get them on the right path and not like be actual delinquents, but like be like the Tokyo Manji gang value morals instead of like the Black Dragon morals or like Valhalla morals, where it's like just graffiti all over the place. Like doesn't matter who you kill or hurt. Where Tokyo Manji gang has like morals.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like delinquents, meaning like misfits, maybe almost like misfits being brought together. Yeah, outcast.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. But there's so much that happens in season 1, man. I mean, there's so much to talk about, like as far as like the time travel, like what keeps like in the back of my mind with the time travel is there's got to be a way for him to like go back farther, or there's got to be a way for like him to like kind of control his time travel. There's got to be a way. So like to go back and like try to change like other things that's already happened, but I don't know if that's gonna happen because like he could just rewrite the whole like premise of the show, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, I think it's nice to add like, well, I mean, like look at like Eraser, right? Like his power is originally like 5 to 15 minutes, and it just so happens that this one time he gets sent back 10 years. Was it? I think it might have been also 12 years.
Sometime. But in Eraser, like what triggered that? Why was he able to go back so far?
So in Eraser,
Can't remember.
I believe his trigger was he noticed something, and that might have been like related to a crime or an incident, and then that, like for instance, he drove like I think in the first episode, like we see him riding his bicycle or whatever. You see somebody trying to get on. I don't remember if they were trying to get on like a bus or they're trying to cross the street or whatever, but like shortly after, the person got like hit by a car, right? Yeah. And so he got sent back just enough time to go back and save that person. I'm getting hit by a car, whatever the
Oh, and then like when his mom got killed, he got sent back far enough to where he had to save his childhood friend.
Right. So the thing is that his trigger is, in order to undo an event, he has to go back to the moment when the fixed point in time, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And in regards to his mother dying, it wasn't just 10 minutes home earlier to stop the thing. He had to stop the criminal altogether because there's a series of things that have happened. So all interlinked with the other kids going missing and everything like that. You go back far enough to be able to save all those people.
Yeah, I got you. That makes sense. Anything else you want to talk about with the Tokyo Manji gang and Tokyo Revengers?
Tori got me a little.
There's a lot of merch out there for it, actually.
There's a lot of merch out there for it because she was at the store. A little and I got Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a whole set, like you can collect whatever. It's
like a backpack like clip.
No. It's like I don't remember what it's like. I think it's not a Funko Pop, but it's like a Funko Pop.
Like a U2's?
It's like a U2's, but it's not U2's. I forget. You want me to go grab it?
Yeah, go grab it. You don't have to go grab it. Like I know what you're talking about. Like it's like a Funko Pop, but like it's probably like miniature, right?
Sure, wait a minute, I sent you a picture.
Did you?
But,
I think you did.
Actually, I did.
I think I remember it.
Oh, so it's just called a minifigure.
No, a minifig.
Yeah.
It's so crazy that you like that more than Psychopaths. I couldn't believe like Tokyo Revengers of all the animes you would like that one more than Psychopaths. Like out of all the bangers, Tokyo Revengers is the one. It just boggles my mind, man. I'll tell you that.
Well, I've said plenty of times. Like I've said, there are plenty of animes we've watched that I've said like technically it's better than Psychopaths, but I still like Psychopaths more.
Yeah. But this one you like Tokyo Revengers more.
Yeah, it's very good, dude. It is. I just like the fact like I said in the beginning, it elicits so many emotions, and like Psychopaths hits a particular interest of mine, like a particular niche that I'm very fascinated by, right? Like the cyberpunk, futuristic, dystopia type futures. Just this is just so it's got enough sci-fi element to with the time travel, but it's just so heartwarming and
yeah.
That I just absolutely love it. Like Psychopaths is kind of like if you want to like if you want to feel a specific emotion, watch Psychopaths. If you want to feel a whole array of emotions, watch Tokyo Revengers. I absolutely
it's so crazy because like I would think like the thing that would have overtook Psychopaths was going to be Cyberpunk End Treasures. That's what I thought it was going to overtake Psychopaths for you. That has so many emotions as well.
It does, but as Edge Runners is more. I would almost argue it's slice of life.
What? Cyberpunk Edge Runners is slice of life?
Edge Runners. First off, it's Edge Runners, not End Runners.
I'm saying Edge Runners. My Wi-Fi just sucks.
It's not a slice of life, but it's like it's telling one person's experience in a big city, right? Yeah. Psychopaths is more like it's telling a set of people's experience, right? But there's like several side stories happening around it to support the main experience, right? So like there is, like in season 1 of Psychopaths, there is there's the main character's experience of trying to like solve these crimes, right? But then we're also getting backstory of the characters creating the crimes, right? We're seeing their motivation and how they all intertwine together, right? Edge Runners isn't really it's really just telling the story of David
Yeah,
Martinez, and everyone else only exists to support his story moving forward. Even like side stories that we see, they all center around David. Lucy, his love interest, centered around David. Becca centers around David.
that's fair. I'd say that.
And all that
Whereas,
stuff. And
whereas Tokyo Avengers has like a bunch of side characters and side stories, but they focus on their personal struggle and journey.
mm-hmm.
I like that. Okay, that's fair. You know what's crazy? Like the number one rated anime of all time, and the one that also elicits all kinds of emotion as well, based on like all the reviews out there and like the rankings, is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Uh-huh.
I've been watching a couple episodes of that. I think I'm like 10, 11 episodes in, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I want to share it here. So I already found a website called Analyst,
Yeah.
which is it's joining analysts or sorry, it's joining anime lists together.
Yeah.
So it's Analyst, that will you put in the animes that you watch, and
Yeah.
it will recommend animes like that. So,
Oh yeah, that's what you've been doing, right?
and I mean, that's how I found Akudama Drive.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really good, and I hope we talk about it at some point. But this really interesting is go to my profile here real quick, and it tells you a breakdown of my genres that I like, what I've entered so far. You want to guess what there are four that it lists here. Oh no, sorry, there are five or five.
Five
Yeah,
genres or
so
five anime?
no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, there are 6 genres. Is saying that I like, and
Sci-fi is one of them.
sci-fi is one of them. Do you what do you want to do? Do you want to guess the genres and then me tell you the order that they appear in,
I'll guess the
or do you want
genres.
to guess the genres?
I'll
Okay,
guess
so
genres.
sci-fi is one of them.
Sci-fi is one of them. Is it like a shonen or shoujo, or is it like an actual genre?
It's an actual genre.
Sci-fi. Um, oh goodness, I don't know genres. Romance.
That's not on there. It's
What?
not yet. It's not yet. I haven't put in every anime that I've liked in here yet. So
Let me see. 1 second.
the other cool thing
Um,
about this site is it'll tell you how many days you spent watching anime.
uh, do you have fantasy in there?
No.
I don't know what counts as a genre.
So, do you want me to give you a hint, or you want me to give you want me to give you another one?
Uh, yeah, go ahead.
Right. So one of them is mystery.
Oh, thriller. Mystery, thriller, adventure.
No, not adventure.
Action,
Yes,
and possibly horror,
not horror.
crime.
No,
Or is that considered mystery? What's
might
the
be
last one?
considered mystery. Psychological.
Psychological.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty much just encompasses psychopaths. Think about it. It does.
um, but so like the in order though is sci-fi, psychological, action, thriller, drama, and mystery is last.
That's psychopaths. That's the whole premise of psychopaths. It literally encompasses all those genres. That's probably why you like it so much.
Um, but I mean, yeah, I have like let's see here. Let's pick. Okay, so 86, right? So we just watched 86.
86 is
Great
so good.
anime. It's
So
so good. Do you want to know if you like 86, what other animes they would recommend?
good. Probably dystopian animes.
Well, just talking about the actual animes that they list.
Probably Tokyo Ghoul.
Might be. It's not listed here on the top 5.
Um,
I'll tell you one of them. Attack on
sure.
Titan.
Attack on Titan. That makes sense. Attack on Titan. I don't know what the other ones are. I could probably list popular ones like Demon Slayer.
So we've talked about this before. Code Geass,
Okay, never seen that.
Lelouch of the Rebellion.
I've heard a lot about that, but I haven't watched it.
So they say if you like 86, you'll like that. Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You seen that?
I've seen clips of it. I haven't watched the anime, but most of those are political ones too. So,
Seraph of the End, Vampire Reign.
yep, that makes sense.
Then Legend of Galactic Heroes.
Don't know that one.
Let's see here. Legend of Galactic Heroes. What is the name? Die Knew These.
I knew these nuts.
No, this is the other right here. It says in humanity's distant future, 2 interstellar states, the monarchic Galactic Empire and the Democratic Free Planets Alliance, are embroiled in a never-ending war. The story focuses on the exploits of rivals Reinhard von Mussel and Yang Wen Li as they rise to power and fame in the Galactic Empire and the Free Planets Alliance.
That sounds like Star Wars.
It's like anime Star Wars, but there actually is an anime Star Wars too. So, but those are some recommendations, right? So, like if I go to Psychopaths, right? Go back to my profile. Do I have Vivi on here yet?
Or a Violet Evergarden?
You
need to go through our list of podcast episodes and just pick those.
I have a lot to add, so I don't have nearly every anime on here, but let's go with Psychopath season 1, right? So
yeah,
a lot of people have only seen season 1.
I mean, it's the best season. So
unfortunately,
you said unfortunately.
They've only seen season 1.
Okay, well, season 1's the best best season.
Season 1's really good, but you really have to watch all of them because it's all just fits in together so well. So like for Psychopath season 1, Id Invaded is on there as a recommendation.
Makes sense.
Monster.
Yep.
Akudama Drive, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. Death Note appears.
Death Note appears?
Mm-hmm. Ergo Proxy. Vivi is on there too.
Makes sense.
Let's see here. That's another one that... Ooh, 91 Days? That one looks interesting.
It's 91 Days.
I don't know, but it tells me if you like Psychopaths, you'll like this.
Huh.
But there's like tons of stuff there. I recommend it. So it's anilist.co.
Okay.
It's a site. You go on there, you set up an account. There is a social aspect to it, which I'm not really super into. I'm more interested in like the recommendations. But there is you can follow people, and you can see what animes other people are watching and everything like that. Like Tori's on there. Oh, excuse me, man, I am tired.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else to talk about with Tokyo Revengers.
No, that's it. I think we'll continue on with more when you're caught up with season 2 because there's so much. You talk about so much that happens in season 1. There is so much that happens in season 2.
Which is crazy because there's only 14 episodes in season 2. There's 24 episodes in season 1.
Yeah, but you see more. It's just Takamichi's sort of journey.
Yeah, it's fair.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Because like I'm far enough where he's a captain, so
That's a big fucking deal. Like
I know
they gave
that's a huge deal.
yeah. That he didn't even like. He became a member just so they can make him captain.
Yeah, and then he immediately gets beat up by the leader of Black Dragon.
Have you seen that episode?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So there's more to that. Like that happens later. It is something completely awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Takamichi. Like yeah, he's weak, but the hurdles that he overcomes, I think, is so phenomenal. I'm very excited. I can't wait for like season 3 is supposed to come out in 2024.
That's exciting. I'll have time to catch up then.
You need to watch season 2 this week.
Okay.
Finish season 2, then
Right.
you need.
I gotta watch it on Hulu, and I have ads on Hulu. It takes.
It's on Crunchyroll.
Season 2's not on Crunchyroll.
Oh, you're right. Season 2, yeah, season 2 is on Hulu, and you have to watch the fucking ads.
I know. Alrighty,
So,
we'll catch everyone next time. Hello. We'll catch everyone next time when we watch and review probably season 2, right?
Or you can.
or
you can do Akudama Drive if you
we'll see.
Get through that.
I mean, I'm almost done with season 2. Tokyo Revengers.
All right, finish season 2, then we'll do that next.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Right.
We'll catch everyone next time, and thanks for listening, like always.
Q. Bye.
Thank you.